Hello, America. I'm Kennedy, and this is Fox News Saturday Night. Oh, baby. This presidential election is shaping up to be a clash of the titans in so many ways. The showcase of showdowns, the biggest grudge match in the history of presidential politics. Right now, it is looking like a tired reboot of Old and Older as a former president and a current raisin shirtless wrestle for the world's most important job in the liver-spotted 2024 Battle Royale. It is a rematch no one says they want and the country might pay dearly for, but before 45 becomes 47, he has to make it past Florida man. Oh, yeah, the real showdown will be President Trump versus Governor Ron DeSantis. And while the Florida governor has the most unenviable job in politics right now, threading a very pointy needle, having to disparage a popular GOP cult hero while extolling his own virtues and maintaining the Trump coalition, President Trump will have no problem disparaging Governor Ron with a series of unflattering nicknames and hyperbolic characterizations. Watch.
Other governors did a better job than Ron DeSanctimonious.
Once you get used to saying DeSantis, it's hard to say DeSantis. I was actually being interviewed, and I was trying to be serious, and I called him DeSantis. I've been watching DeSantis go out and say, I've got 8 years, it's going to be 8 years. Let me tell you something. Right there, you should vote against him.
Totally. And how will Ron respond to the dawn?
When you are saying that Cuomo did better on COVID than Florida did, you are revealing yourself to just be full of it. He's saying things that are false, and so that's fine if you want to do it. I don't think people are going to buy it. I don't think it's going to ultimately matter in the end. I think we're going to be successful.
Well, you know what matters? Before Trump gets past Meatball Ron, he's really going to have to dispense with Meathead Don. Trump versus Trump. That may be the biggest matchup of them all, with 45 and his long list of past achievements doing battle with Indictment Donald, digging himself into an even deeper sand trap with less than stellar statements like this.
Why not just hand them over then?
Because I had boxes. I want to go through the boxes and get all my personal things out. I don't want to hand that over to Nara yet.
I want to go through the boxes. I want to get my golf shirts. Trump may end up beating himself, which proves the old axiom that anyone in politics is beatable. There's still tons of time left in the race, but the longer DeSantis stays in negative double digits, the less likely he is to overcome the deficit, regardless of what Trump impulsively admits to. But if DeSantis prevails, thanks to some cleverly weaponized indictments, a nation addicted to binge-watching reality politics and eager for more blood sport would be utterly bored and disappointed watching the Tallahassee Titan slice and dice bumbling Biden with his young and shiny political ginsu. DeSantis Biden is shooting fish in a barrel, and they'd have to employ the mercy rule before the first debate. And, you know, people don't want to see Gramps McGill taking on Old Man Winter with Biden versus Trump. What they really want is Godzilla versus King Kong. They want the Kraken. Yeah, see that? If the new guard is going to keep up with the old dirty bastards, they're going to have to play in the mud. Good thing the proxy presidential war has already been playing out between two governors, East Coast versus West Coast, Tupac versus Biggie. There's only one man greasier than his own hair gel, ready to take the COVID grudge to the national level, and that's California Governor Piano Key Teeth. Yeah.
I'm governor of states larger than 21 states, populations combined. And the difference between me and most politicians is I own this.
And my cosmetic dentistry. Gavin Newsom has been waiting for his close-up for decades as he's plotted his rise to the top through the filthy California Democratic machine. His elbows are as sharp as knitting needles, and he's ready to toss VP Kamala Harris off the SS Cacklepuss to become the next in line for the Democratic nom. His politics are filthier than a urine-soaked San Francisco sidewalk, and there's only one man standing in the way of his 1600 Pennsylvania dream, other than President Biden's commanderific corpse. Oh, too soon. Ron DeSantis. These two already hate each other, and their bad blood is the perfect elixir to toast a new generation of feuding fuss budgets. Here's Gavin bad-mouthing DeSantis, But let's face it, he could be talking about himself. Watch.
I don't like the guy, though. He's a bully. He demonizes. He finds vulnerable populations and he exploits them. Not my kind of human being.
Like you've exploited the California homeless? Why is he not your kind of human being? Because Ron and Walmart Melania are too grossed out to be seen with bougie kooks at the French Laundry? You snob. DeSantis isn't going to take these jabs on the chin. He's got a right cross all heated up and ready to unleash on Gavin's perfect glass jaw with this blistering campaign ad.
Governor Gavin Newsom admits the state has not made progress on the homeless crisis.
Rising crime in San Francisco.
Needles and feces outside.
We have had a great experiment in governing philosophy.
Needles and feces, California. It is the clash we deserve. After all, we are a nation that lives for and thrives on big battles and rivalries. If we don't get DeSantis Newsom this time around, we will all be the kid whose little brother threw the foul ball back at Fenway. We need our Nancy Kerrigan and our Tanya Harding to keep politics weird. Why, Ron? Well, in politics, sometimes our villainesses become our heroes. I don't remember a movie called I, Nancy. And of course, neither of these men can win unless they make it out alive from two of the biggest swing states, Ohio and Michigan. That's why they call the college football matchup between Ohio State and Michigan the game, because there's so much on the line. There's so much bad blood, and there can be only one. Do you know why we deserve new blood in the presidential race? Because if you take the ages of our three oldest senators, Dianne Feinstein, Chuck Grassley, and Bernie Sanders, and you add them up, just three people, their combined age is 260. That's older than America. Our country is celebrating her 247th birthday this July 4th, but it's a child compared to that combined age of these musty senatorial codgers. For God's sake, and the sake of all things entertaining and new, let the presidential contest come down to Gavin and Ron, two people who would actually qualify for their own life insurance policies. Now, it may seem like this is the most important challenge facing voters, whether or not their preferred candidate would survive a 50-yard walk or a spill down the Air Force One steps. Oh, no. Oh, there he is. Oh, so nimble. Watch me fall again. But there is one more pressing issue we all need to focus on. I need to know, whose side are you on, meat or lettuce? Are you going on a plant-based diet, or are you going to listen to what your body wants so you can actually survive the coming apocalypse if Trump is in fact reelected and our fearless leader Amy Schumer abandons us for Canada? Our nation is splitting at the seams, and not just because of our fat keisters. And we have to decide, whose side are we really on? On one side, you have the vegan landlord, a Brooklyn brownstone owner, have you heard of this? Reportedly renting out a $5,700 a month one-bedroom apartment, but only to someone who promised not to cook fish or meat in their unit. The other side of the savory coin is British celebrity chef John Mountain, who actively tells vegans they can F off and not to bother eating at his Australian restaurant. Watch.
I'm done with vegans. I'm absolutely done with vegans.
I like them well done with a side of horseradish. The vegans, they have a very hard time fighting back against this tough talk because they're so hungry and depleted, they can barely lift their spindly arms to wipe away their tofu tears. No matter how this election shapes up over the next year, it is guaranteed to be nasty and interesting. We get the politicians we deserve, and for those of us who are endlessly entertained by the shameless pursuit of power, we deserve all the grudge matches we can handle if it challenges anyone crazy enough to want the top job in the first place.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.